Welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm joined today by Nick, that sports guy, and Weapon X. Possible we could have another person or two. I kind of just said whoever wants to jump on can jump on today. So we should have some more people possibly joining us here. But we will get right started to it here. The first game, Edmonton is in Washington, minus 125 for the Oilers, plus 105 for the Capitals here, a total of 6. Uh, Edmonton was underdogs last night. I believe it was plus 115 for the Oilers last night. Capitals played last night, playing again today. No Ovechkin, so that is why the lines have moved as they have. I was on the draw, or I am on the draw in this game for a quarter unit. That was before Ovechkin news. So as soon as I heard the Ovechkin news, I put 1 unit on Edmonton Oilers money line at minus 120. I was already leaning towards the Oilers winning the game, but I did kind of feel a tie in this. 3 of Edmonton's last 5 have gone to overtime. 3 of Washington's last 7 games have gone to overtime. But Washington has been good at home versus Edmonton, 4-0-1 in the last 5 games. But I'm assuming that those 5 games they had Ovechkin, they won't tonight. So I think either Edmonton wins this in a close game or it's a complete rout. So that's why I went with the Oilers money line. And I still am on the draw, but I don't like it as much as I did pre-Ovechkin news. Nick, welcome on in. What do you think here at Oilers and Capitals?
Yeah, I don't know if I can particularly trust Edmonton to win this game per se, but to score goals, I think I can rely on them to do that. Edmonton has had at least 3.5 expected goals in 4 of their last 5 games. And this is an Oilers team. I got it personally at 2.5 team total at around 155 back when they were pick'em this morning. And if you guys played this game right and you bet it last night and you bet it this morning, you can have 2 plus money tickets in your back pocket on opposite sides. You could have gotten Edmonton around plus 115, plus 120 last night. And you can get a Capitals around plus 115 now. So if you guys are able to play that game, play this right, we could have had 2 plus monies on opposite sides. But yeah, for me, I like goals in this game, and I like Edmonton to put up some goals as well. Team total over 2.5 for me for that, and then over 6 in general in this game, which I think it dropped. No, it's still 6 at minus 118. So yeah, over 6 and team total over 2.5 with Edmonton.
All right. That sports guy, welcome on in. What do you think here at Oilers and Capitals?
Yeah. So for me, I'm on the over 6 minus 120. I think, like Nick said, this Edmonton team, they've gotten expected goals 4 of 3.5 on average over the last 7 games, and we've seen expected goal totals over 6. Over the last 7 games, it's sitting at 6.09, and then Washington on the other side, expected goal total of 6.84 over their last 5 games. Both these teams are producing decent amount of chances. Washington 13.8 high danger chances over their last 5 games, giving up 14.2, and then you got the Oilers averaging 14 high danger chances per game, giving up only around 10.5. So for me in this game, I like the over. I think both these teams can obviously score. They've shown us they could score. I think you're getting some subpar goaltending here. You got Koskinen going for the Oilers. I mean, sure, he had a couple of decent games in a row there, but I think we all know what he truly is. He's not a number one. He's not their guy. He can't be their guy. And then Samsonov on the other side. He had to come in, I think, last night when Vanacek went down, if I'm not wrong. I think he stopped high 30s, 40s in shots. So him going on a back-to-back tonight. Koskinen in that for the Oilers. I think we see goals. So I'm on over 6 at minus 120. And then I also have a half unit on the Oilers money line and over 6 parlayed together at plus 258. I took that last night as well before any Ovechkin news. I think I was just taking a shot on the Oilers here, but now obviously without Ov playing, I think I like it a little better. So yeah, it's over 6 minus 120 and Oilers money line and over 6 in a parlay at plus 258 for half a unit.
All right, I like it. Weapon X. So what do you think here? Edmonton, Washington.
I don't want to touch. I don't want to touch the 1-800 gamblers. I just don't. I can't. Fuck Oilers. Jesus. See, it's spot like these where they're supposed to be winning. They should be taking advantage of this. Now they're favored on top of it with Ovi out, and most likely they come out here and shit the bed. Like I would lean on the over, but the over is shot at 6 at minus 125. So I do like goals here. I mean, we've seen the last game with Washington. It was back and forth, back and forth. Power plays. I mean, you give power play to both these teams, they can bury it. So I'll just take Washington on the plus money here at home, regardless of Bovey being up.
All right. Well, yeah, plus money for Washington there.
I'll probably get on a bunch of props on both sides to hedge myself.
We will go on here to the second game. Seattle plus 175 or plus 180 now is in New York facing the Islanders, who are minus 210 now minus 220. The total has shifted to a 5, minus 140 for the over here. I don't have a whole lot in this game. Obviously, both these teams played last night. It is Varlamov in net for the Islanders. I am not a fan of Varlamov. So I would lean with the Kraken, but I don't trust the Kraken. Even at plus 175, I don't trust them to beat anybody. So this game is a pass. It's possible we could see a draw on this one as well. But I didn't bet it. I don't know what to expect on both of these teams facing each playing on a back-to-back and with Varlamov in it. So not much of an opinion here for me. Nick, our resident Islanders fan, what do you think here in this one?
Yeah. On my book, this is dropped to a 5. I can see on other books it's still a 5.5. I like the under in this game. It's pretty plain and simple. It's Islanders and unders because this is an Islanders team that plays towards the under. I believe they're still number 1 in expected goals allowed, and they're number 32 in expected goals for. Like, this team literally does no offense whatsoever, whether it's offense against them, offense for them. So this is not a particularly and then we've seen the same thing with Seattle. They've actually, the last few games have actually been limiting chances. And I don't trust this Islanders team to really do anything here. I like under 5.5. And I wouldn't talk people off of the Islanders team total under 3.5. I can see this being a 3-1 type of game, a 3-2 type of game. So Islanders team total under may be a look as well. It is a minus 165 for under 3.5. But I can see this being a 3-2 type of game where the Islanders, they squeak out one or 3-1, 3-0, something along those lines. Varlamov does scare me a little bit with this under, but this is still Islanders hockey, and this is the Kraken, who have also struggled to score lately. So I really like the under in this game.
All right. That's Sports Guy, Kraken Islanders. What do you think here?
It's a lean towards the under for me, but 5.5 minus 145 was what I was seeing when I was looking at this game. So I stayed away. Not really going to pay juice to play an under, especially when you got teams about to go on the All-Star break here. But it's definitely a strong lean towards the under. I think, like Nick said, the Islanders, they play towards the under quite a bit. And then you look at Seattle as well. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10. they're limiting teams in terms of giving up high danger chances. They're not creating too many themselves. They're kind of playing low event hockey. So for me, it'd be a lean towards the under, but I'm not going to play it at minus 145. I'll just stay off this game. As for the goalies, me personally, like Varlamov doesn't really scare me off the under. His numbers at home aren't too bad compared to what his record is. I know his record's sitting at 2-6-1, but if you look at goals against and save percentage, he hasn't been as bad as his record may lead people to believe. But so for me, it'd be an under, but it's just going to be a stay away.
All right. Weapon X, what do you think here, Kraken and Islanders?
I could see an over here, especially with the last day of hockey before a little while. Yes, Kraken have been limiting chances lately. They've been playing, but they've been playing slow teams. Like, you look at the Kraken, they lost against Rangers 3-2. They somehow beat Pittsburgh, where Pittsburgh hasn't looked like themselves. And now they're going to play an Islanders team that's really, I mean, speed is the name of the game here. So for me, it's the puck line at plus 130. I'll just roll with that. I'm not going to touch a total, but I just think the Islanders win this one by at least 2 goals. I'll take them to close out games, especially in the second and third period. I mean, we've seen Ottawa score first in almost every game, but like last night, if you could have taken the Islanders at plus money for the first period, you cashed twice on that.
All right. We'll go on here to the next game. Los Angeles minus 130 is in Detroit plus 110. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's a minus 135 for the Kings now, plus 115 for Detroit. A total of 5.5 here. I initially leaned with the under in this one. Both teams have been trending under lately, and in the last 5 times Los Angeles has gone to Detroit, only one game went over 6. The other 4 went under 5.5. So I leaned with the under here. But Detroit is a scary team to take unders with, especially recently. So I could see a low-scoring game, but I'm not exactly sure I want to take it. So what I did do is I took the draw. I feel like this is a 2-2 game that goes to overtime. So I really like that draw bet in this one. I think we have a close game here. And if I had to pick a winner, I might lean with LA, but I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion on who wins. I just think it's a close game, and the overtime has a good chance. Nick, what do you think here, Kings and Detroit?
Yeah, looking at the spot here, you're leaning under. I'm on the opposite side here. I bet the over in this spot.
Yes.
Yeah, Detroit or LA comes in. They've gone over 5.5 expected goals in 4 straight games. They've put up at least 3 expected goals in 3 of their last 4. They've put up at least the 2.5 for the team total in 4 straight. On the other side, Detroit has given up at least 3.59 expected goals in 3 of their last 5 games. They've produced at least 3.3 in 3 straight games. They've gone over 5.5 in 4 out of their last 5 games. These are 2 teams that have been either giving up a lot of chances or creating a lot of chances. The Kings have been I think they're the number 2 team in expected goals this season, which is absolutely surprising considering all things. Yeah, I like the over in this game. I got it at 6 at plus 110. It has definitely dipped a lot. I wish I could have gotten at 5.5 like it is now. And then I also just added the Kings team total over 2.5 at minus 145. I think that's a great price for them here to put up at least 3 goals. So Kings team total over 2.5 and the over 5.5 in general in this game.
All right. Yeah, I just leaned to the under. Didn't bet it because I could easily see this being 3-3 as well. That's Sports Guy. What do you think here, Kings and Red Wings?
Yeah, again, I think Nick hit it right on the head here. This is a smash over for me. I think it might even be my play of the day. What pick of the what do we call it? Best bet of the day here. Over 5.5 at +115. I think this is a great spot. You got LA finishing up a road trip. I think this is their 6th game in 11 nights now. They're heading on to the break here, so we could expect a little bit of sloppy play. If you look back in their last 4 games, they've given up 18, 14, 16, and 13 high danger chances. So they've been giving up chances to these other teams that they're playing. And not only that, like Nick said, they are one of the highest teams in the league in terms of expected goals and generating high danger chances themselves. So I think in this game we're going to see a lot of back and forth, a lot of chances each way. I think Nedeljkovic, he only gave up 1 last time out against the Ducks there, but I think the Ducks only managed 15 shots on net, which I don't expect from this Kings team. I expect him to generate a lot more than that. And if you look at Nedeljkovic's games before that, he got lit up in his last 3 before that Ducks game. And then if you look at Quick on the other side, his numbers have dropped. In January, he's got a 2.50 goals against on the year and a 9.16 save percentage on the year. But then in the month of January, he's looking at a 3.3 goals against and an 8.80 save percentage. So we've seen his numbers dip quite a bit. So for me, I think this is an over spot. So I have the over 5.5 at +115. Then I have the Kings money line at -130 for a unit as well. And then I am going half unit on the Kings money line and over 5.5 parlayed at +287, I think it is. And that's it for me.
All right. Weapon X, what do you think here, Kings and Red Wings?
Fading the Red Wings right here. I love the Kings, especially covering puck lines against shit teams. Give me the over 5.5 at plus money, and give me also the puck line on the Kings. Right.
All right, Isaac likes that. He's on Kings money line over 5.5 here.
Mm-hmm. Also, looking at I was saying that the Kings are one of the best teams for expected goals for the season. Expected goals per 60 minutes. The only teams that have a higher number than them are the Florida Panthers, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Colorado Avalanche. They're number 5 in the league in expected goals for per 60.
Yep.
Give you an idea of how this offense is actually kind of clicking this year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, they're a team that were like stamped as old and like going down. But you look at Kopitar, he still has a lot of hockey in him. He's one of the best 200-foot players, centers that you'll see in the league. And with Yafalo and Kemp coming up, and the young guys,
Kings are a team that can steal around in the playoffs.
They totally are. They're contenders. They're not pretenders, unlike the San Jose Sharks. So,
I just wanted to point that out.
Great point.
All right. We will go on here. Next up is Calgary in Arizona here. Both these teams played last night, and now they are playing again, back-to-backs. They didn't play each other, but they both played last night. They actually both had comeback wins. The Flames came back versus Dallas, and Weapon X probably won't want to hear this, but his Avalanche lost to the Coyotes last night. They came back and won.
I got no problems with that, man. You see, you it's games like this that make me question Coach Bednar. I mean, he's been giving a gift in coaching this team, and you look at other teams that are just as gifted as the Avalanche, or almost, and how coaching makes a difference. You look at Calgary a couple of years ago, doing nothing. Once they got a coach like Daryl Sutter, who's like amazing, what they can do. Now the Avalanche he's been coasting on the Avalanche's talent back for the last couple of years, and he got a big contract out of it. Now if we get into the playoffs healthy, help at the trade deadline, there's no more excuses. So, yeah.
Yeah, in this game here, Calgary and Coyotes, Calgary just clearly has the better stats. They're 5th in goals for at home on the road and 5th in goals against. They're 12th in road power play. 12th in road penalty kill. Coyotes 30th in goals for at home, dead last in goals against, dead last in power play at home, dead last in penalty kill at home. This is not a team that I'd want to back. Especially, I would look to Calgary power play props here. I didn't bet any, but I did consider it. If I was going to bet some power play props in this game, I would recommend it to anybody else. I went with Calgary first period puck line plus 115, and Rasmus Anderson over half an assist plus 125, a quarter unit on that one. He's has assists in 3 of his last 5 games, and I just had this feeling about him, so I went with that. Calgary also the first leg of a 2-team parlay. The second team is coming up. There won't be any surprises on who that team is. You can probably already guess who it's going to be. But Calgary money line is the first leg of that parlay. I like them tonight. Nick, what do you think here, Flames and Coyotes?
Blah. This is a terrible spot for both these teams. To be completely honest, this is a letdown spot for both these teams because they're both coming off of comeback wins last night.
It's only a letdown spot for one team, and we know which team that is.
To be honest, yeah, they are. The only thing I would ever look at in this game, and I'm not a props guy, you were saying power play props or whatever. The only prop I can look at is Kirill Vizmelka over 31.5 saves. That because what's going to happen in this game. Kirill Vizmelka is going to have 50 saves and he's going to let up 2 goals at max. Like, this is one of those games where nobody's expecting the Coyotes to win this one. So this is going to be one of those games where Kirill Vizmelka stands on his head. With that being said, I want nothing to do with this game. The only action I have in this one is on my DraftKings lineups. I put Kirill Vizmelka as my goalie at 7,100 in all 3 of my lineups. That's all I've got for this one. So nothing here. You're muted.
Thank you. I could definitely see him getting shots against. That's for sure. He'll make saves, but I think he's going to let in some goals here. But that's just my opinion. That sports guy, Flames Coyotes. What do you think in this one?
I feel like I'm just repeating myself every time, but just refer to what Nick said. I mean, the only thing I would play in this game is Vizmelka saves. I probably will play it as a personal play just for shits and giggles, but I don't know if I'll end up giving it out. But I mean, that's probably the only place to look. This should be a smash spot for Calgary, but it could also be a letdown spot here coming off a big come from behind win. They are going to break after this. The Oats are probably pretty fired up after beating the Avs in Colorado. So I mean, I'm probably not going to touch this game at all. Might just fuck around and take that Vizmelka save prop, and that's probably
what is it on your book?
31.5, I believe. I think minus 115. I didn't write it down. I was looking at it just on my lunch break.
Oh, that's fair. So do we want to both go in on that? I'll throw a half unit down on Kirill Vizmelka's over saves.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do it as well.
All right, screw it. Let's do this. I'm hitting confirm. Kirill Vizmelka over 31.5 saves. Get Vizmelka. Vez for Vezina.
All right. No comment. Weapon X.
Well, the only thing I can say is the one time I did take his save prop was after he played a couple good games, and I think he got fucking absolutely lit up. So, just, I don't know. I don't got a good read on this guy, I guess.
Weapon X, you're muted. What do you think in this game?
Bobby, I said punch it in so they can get blown out because I'm on fucking Calgary here to just smack a daddy. Puck line.
Q2 Yotes win.
It could, but I think this is where Daryl Sutter will succeed and where Jared Bednock had failed last night, and that's.
I just want to say the Flames have averaged about 44 shots on net or 42 shots on net over the last little stretch here, so they could score 6 goals, and Vizmelka could still make 35 saves.
Yeah, exactly.
We could all be winners. Hopefully.
If you watched that Dallas game yesterday, Dallas took a lead and basically kind of tried to do to Calgary play 130 feet of hockey on the puck. And Daryl Sutter came out with an answer for that in that third period. And after that, they scored what, 4 unanswered, 3 unanswered.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go with the team that is supposed to win, and I think unlike yesterday, we should get a blowout here. I think from Calgary. They're a really good team on the road also. So
Nathan
right,
S in the chat.
wait,
well,
Yeah.
I have.
We're all on his same
Okay,
spot
because
tonight.
hey, maybe peer pressure will sink in, and when the show is done, I will jump on that as well. We shall see.
Fuck it, I'll jump on that because I have such a good record with goalies.
All right.
I'll put him on the shutout, Ryan.
Hey. No veg milk to shut out. All right.
I'll put Venmo. I'll post the ticket online.
All right. The next game here, the one I've been waiting for, my Minnesota Wild minus 160 are taking on our biggest rival, the Chicago Blackhawks, who are plus. It's actually minus 165 for the Wild now, plus 145 for Chicago. Total of 6 here in this game. What can be said about the Wild? Since the Outdoor Winter Classic, the Wild are 8-0-1 in their last 9 games. Matthew Boldy entered the lineup, and instant chemistry with Kevin Fiala. They've absolutely played so well together. So that's an additional line. They have the Kaprizov line already. Kaprizov and Zuccarello, insane chemistry together with Ryan Hartman as well. Now the Wild have that other line with Boldy and Fiala and Goudreau that can play. And then that third line, Marcus Foligno is out, so he will not play. Brandon Duhaime will take his spot. Duhaime looked good last game when Foligno was out as well, playing with Greenway and Eriksson Ek. So I'm not worried about that. Matthew Dumba is also out. Ben will be taking his spot. Chicago 1-4-2 in their last 7 games. 1 win in their last 7 games. This is a big game here for the Wild. This is one of their biggest rivals. Dean Evison will have the boys fired up. So I like the Wild here. Minnesota first period puck line plus 155. Minnesota in regulation minus 115. Minnesota puck line minus 1.5 plus 150. Minnesota race to 3 minus 120. Minnesota race to 4 plus 135. Boldy over half a power play point plus 325. Kaprizov over half a power play point plus 130. And Zuccarello over half a power play point plus 150. The Wild have power play goals in 4 straight games. Chicago here, they're gonna take some penalties, and the Wild are gonna get some goals. Boldy is on the first power play with Kaprizov and Zuccarello, so I like those 3 players to get power play points tonight. I also lean towards Jared Spurgeon power play point. I may actually add that. I'm not 100% sure because he's had some bombs lately on the power play as well. And the Wild are also the second leg of my 2-team parlay. So Calgary money line plus Minnesota money line, 2-team parlay. I've got 1 unit on that, plus 117. I think the Flames and Wild both win, and that is also going to be my best bet. I'm choosing a parlay for my best bet. Calgary money line, Minnesota money line, which is now plus 118. So that is the odds for that. Nick, what do you think here? Wild and Blackhawks.
Man, how much money do you have on the Wild tonight? Jeez.
Most of these bets are quarter. Most of these bets they're all half and quarter units.
Okay.
So like the race to 4 is a quarter unit. The 2 power play props are a quarter unit. Kaprizov is the half, and the other bets are half units. So usually I'm throwing like 3 units on the Wild. I just split up here into all these different bets
That's
tonight.
fair. That's fair. I just wanted to Make a little joke there. Nah, give me the Blackhawks money line, reg line, -1. I'm just kidding. I'm on the actually an interesting play in this one here. I like the Blackhawks team total under 2.5 goals in this game. We've actually seen, other than the outburst of expected goals that the Islanders had out of all teams for against the Wild, the Wild have actually been good at limiting their opponents' expected goals. They've had less than 3 in 4 of their last 5 games. They've had an expected goal total of 5.5 in 3 of their last 5 games. So, and we've seen Chicago the last few games. I mean, their last game against Vancouver, they only put up 1.18 expected goals. They haven't gone above 3 in 4 of their last 5. So this is a team that's struggling to put up expected goals as well. And I'm going to just take the team total under 2.5 here with the Chicago Blackhawks in this spot. I don't really see them. I know it's Talbot, not Kokkonen in that, but I think this is actually a lower scoring game, I think. So Blackhawks team total under 2.5 here.
All right, I like it. That's Sports Guy, Wild and Blackhawks. What do you think here?
Keep it simple. Wild in regulation, -110. When I saw this line, I had to jump on it. I think you're getting a nice price on the Wild in regulation. I think we've all seen Chicago. They're obviously not a good team. Like you said, the Wild have been hot post the Winter Classic here. So this is, I think, no doubt in my mind, a spot for the Wild. You could look towards the puck line. I think it's plus 150. Either way, I think it's a little safer in regulation at -110. I don't mind those odds, so I just took that. Not going to speak too much on it. I mean, I don't think there's much to say. So yeah.
Awesome. Weapon X, Wild and Blackhawks. I'm assuming 2 of your biggest rivals, being an Avs fan. I guess the Blues are in there too, but what do you think here, Wild and Blackhawks?
The Shithawks are not the rivalry anymore. It's been a while. But the Wild, I hope they go Wild. Last time you guys cussed me a little bit of bread on that Rangers game. But I think you guys redeem yourselves tonight. I like you guys on the puck line, and I'll take your team total. It's not too juiced. What's that team total at? I was going to take the Calgary stuff, but now I'm like, it's all juiced up. Where's the team total?
I bet 365 over 3.5 is -115.
Okay. And in the reg, it should be plus money, right?
I don't know. I don't think bet 365 has it in rank.
Yeah, it should be in the
three.
In the 3-way team is over 3.
Plus 105 for the over 3.
Yeah, that's what I took last time. Okay, well, I'll pay a little juice just in case it goes to OT, and you guys, or I mean, in case you guys don't cover that, but I mean, you should cover that here. Lankinen's in, right?
No, it's Fleury again.
Still?
Yeah, they're overworking him.
Yeah.
He started when the Wild were in Chicago last week and got pulled after letting him 5.
Yeah, I think he gets lit up tonight. So, okay.
Noel has his parlay. Oilers versus Caps first period over. We like that. Kraken versus Islanders first period under. We like that. Flames first period over. That one's a little bit iffier, maybe. And then Wild first period over. I could definitely see that as well. And
also, when it comes to the Blackhawks goaltending situation, Kevin Lankinen's not expected back until the 9th. So he's supposed to be out for another week.
So he's not even backing up.
It would be Connor D'Elia, I believe, is the backup right now.
Oh, so okay, that's why.
That's why.
I'd like to face D'Elia, but
maybe Fleury will get up against the Wild.
Yeah. So that is the card. We went through it in half hour. Pretty good here. We will go on. Make sure those team total bets include or don't include overtime. Yeah, different books have different rules, so you definitely do want to look at that. The book I use, Bet365, when it comes to race 2, they don't pay race 2, like race to 4. if they get it in overtime, and also they don't pay on goal scoring
in overtime.
props in overtime, but they do pay assist props in overtime.
Yes.
So I don't know.
My book pays goal scorer props in overtime because I cashed Hedman plus 325 when he scored the game winner last night.
Yeah.
So you got to check your
mine
book. You
does
got
as
to check
well.
your book's rules.
Yeah, but not Bet365, right?
No, it's an
if you
offshore
No,
book.
it's the other one I use.
They're a really weird book because they'll pay you early for money lines, and I've had discussions about them with goal props because it's ridiculous. I'm like, it still counts as a stat for the player in overtime. Shootout, that's a totally different story. We're not talking about
Sure,
stats.
no. Yeah.
Shootout should not count. But if the player scores an OT, that should count. You're already counting assists. And they're like, yeah, we're working to change that. Every time it's the same discussion. It's just weird. So like Terry said, watch your books. William Hill does pay anytime goal scorer anytime, including overtime. Same thing with Cool Bet. So I usually try to get my goal props there and get my assist and power play props somewhere else because power play props will still cash also like assist. So
does anybody have an opinion on the Kraken Islanders first period under?
Just under in general.
I'm not touching that, but I would be touching actually. I'm looking at it. Washington, Edmonton, both teams to score in first.
Noel likes the Wild too. Gloria has a question here. She wants to know if anybody likes the Red Wings tonight.
No. Kings team total.
No.
Yeah, I'm on the draw in that game. I don't know who wins.
I'm on the puck line, so no.
I mean, I see it. Like I don't know. I think plus 110 isn't really a price where you want to take the Red Wings. I think you need, like me personally, I would need a little bit more incentive. Like I get the Kings are wrapping up this road trip. They're going into the break, so it could be a spot where the Wings come out and kind of shock a lot of people. But I mean, for me personally, pregame the price at plus 110, like I can't take that.
All right. We will go on here to the final
Wow. Okay.
best bets and best parlay pieces. So Nathan sent in his best bet. It is Seattle team total under 2.5 at minus 145. And his best parlay piece is Edmonton, Washington, first period over 1.5. At minus 150, but for the parlay piece, odds don't matter. So he likes the first period over there. For me, I am on the two-team parlay, Minnesota, Calgary money line, two-team parlay plus 118 for my best bet. And best parlay piece, not going to be a surprise here, Minnesota money line. That's my best parlay piece. If you're making a parlay, throw the Wild in there. They've been playing amazing. I think we keep it up. Nick, what's your best bet and best parlay piece?
Wow, the Wild guy said his best bet is the Wild. Let me be surprised for a second there. All right.
His best bet is a parlay.
Bets. Yeah, best bets and parlay pieces. Here we go. My jinxed play of the day. Let's go for it. Give me the Islanders and the Kraken team total. Full game under 5.5 at minus 140 over on DraftKings. And my parlay piece, I'm going to rock with the Isles money line here.
All right. That Sports Guy, have you decided, or do you want me to go to Weapon X?
I don't know. This is a tough one here. I'm torn. It's either the Oilers Caps over 6 at minus 120, or I'm going to go bold with that Kings Red Wings over 5.5, sitting at plus 125 right now. What are the standings sitting at? What do I got?
You are in first place.
How much
right now? Right now, you're in first at 2.98 units, and Pickett is down at 0.79. So you have 2.19 unit lead over second place.
2.19. Hey, all right. You know what? Give me that Kings over plus 125. Try and keep some separation here.
LA and Detroit over 5? Or
Over
5.5?
Over 5.5 plus 125 on Bovada currently.
All right, and your best parlay piece?
Wild money line. There's no way the Wild lose this game, and now they might just because I said that.
I was gonna say now you
As soon as you said that, I was
go
like,
back.
oh.
Let me go bet the Blackhawks now.
I hate you.
On a separate note, too, the best parlay pieces. We are actually 17 games over 500, so 39, 22, and 1. If you've been parlaying our parlay pieces the last few nights, we went 4-1 yesterday, 5-0 the day before. So if you are a parlayer, the parlay pieces seem to be going pretty well right now. So I would recommend that. Weapon X, what do you think here? Best bet.
I was gonna take the Kings and the Detroit over. Now I can't.
No,
It's okay.
you can.
There's room on the boat.
I know there's room on the boat, but that doesn't get me closer to first place.
Now be careful because you did go with that Kuznetsov big.
I know I'm not gonna go to another prop. Fucking Kuz.
There's lots of time to get to first place.
Watch him score tonight, like 3 goals. Watch it.
Well, Ovechkin out, yeah.
But I might go back to him for a quarter unit, but that's it. I'm not gonna go back to this well again. Fuck, this is a tough one, man, because
Hey, if you like, you could always do Kuznetsov to get a point as your best parlay piece.
yeah, that's probably what minus 140.
I'm not sure what the odds would be, but for best parlay piece, it doesn't matter. Just something that people can add to a parlay that should win.
Yeah,
so if you do like him,
it's not odds don't really count on that, so I'm not really looking at that. I'll just go with both teams to score in the first period. Edmonton, Washington plus 150.
Edmonton, Washington, both teams to score plus 150
in the first period.
50. All right, here. Just let me get this in the scroller.
I took that over Washington's money line. I was gonna take Washington's money line, but I actually prefer just taking that and the over 6.5. I went on the 6.5 just to get plus money.
All right. So the best bets and best parlay pieces are scrolling down there. So for people that want to look at it, the results is behind me. So when we finish the show, we can check out the results. We will be doing the show. We will be continuing the show throughout, even though there is no NHL. There will be a show tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. What's going to happen is I'm going to pick a couple NBA games, a couple American Hockey League games, and a couple college basketball games, and that I will go over. And then the other people that want to come on the show can say what they like, Olympics or AHL, NBA. We'll have some people on, and you can just say any sport, basically go over some of the games you like. So it'll be a mixed match, and we won't have best bets or best parlay pieces. Well, we'll do it, but it's probably not going to be in a record. Maybe it'll be a separate record just for the 3 days. But yeah, Weapon X, check him out on Twitter. He has a Olympics video going tonight.
Yes, with Nick.
Yeah, so I'll be in the chat there watching that as well. I don't know anything about the Olympics, so whatever you guys can teach me.
Hey, nice. you know hockey, so I mean, there's a lot of hockey opportunities still in the Olympics that you could look at. I mean, there's different angles. That's why I want to do the show, is to kind of give people another way where they could cash on the Olympics, really value plays and stuff like that. And I know Nick's got some plays for you guys too, so I appreciate him for just coming on. It's going to be at 8:00 today, guys. So I'll share the link and all that good stuff. Make sure you tune in. Thank you a lot, Terry, again.
No problem. Sports guy, is there something you wanted to say before we finish off here?
No. Just thanks for hosting again, obviously. Best of luck, everybody. Let's win some money today.
Yeah, good luck, everybody. Let's go wild. Hopefully they get it done for us all. And we will finish it off there. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, obviously share out the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, come join us on YouTube. We answer the questions here, and we show every question that comes up. every comment. Smash the like button, and we will see you tomorrow with another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. And have a good one, guys.
Have a good night, guys.